Satan's first news show from hell. This is our July the 4th and July the 1st Canada version. We'll have news from around the world, USA, and of course, my favorite peace-loving country, Canada. But one recent event we just have to have a look at was in our most recent news, and it's near and dear to my heart, namely, death. Death! Keeps us pretty busy down here in old Hades. Of course, purgatory fills up pretty quick. And of course, there's heaven. His place. Well, most recently, we had 4 celebrity deaths. But I'm very sad to say, 3 in heaven and 1 in purgatory. Hell, 0. But we have some hope for the young fella stuck in purgatory right now. Yes, we have some high hopes for the celeb stuck in purgatory right now. We had 4 deaths, a straight man. We had 4 deaths, a straight man, a man's fantasy, a pitchman, and man, I don't know what the fuck he was. Of course, the girl, the pitchman, and the straight man on a talk show, pretty good talk show, all of them are up there with him, leading a very, very boring afterlife. Jeez. Could have at least gone to purgatory, and I could have visited them and or tormented them with my putty cats. But there is still hope for one fellow, possibly coming down here. Yes, the king as he's known. Yep, as soon as I work out a deal with the big guy, we're gonna ship MJ down from purgatory. Melt his plastic ass and turn him into a few thousand Jesus toys, so good little Mexican boys can play with him for a change. We'll have a screw-top head and be hollow so little darlings can pop Star's head and fill it with Jesus juice. I call it the MJ Jesus Kitty Juicer. Like that idea, you lovers? I'd like to dedicate our first news show to all the fighting men and women out there. And to start off with, I'd like to mention to all the fighting men and women out there, I'd like to tell a little story, and I'd like to do so by telling a little story about a Aussie general, General Cosgrove, who was interviewed on the ABC radio network recently. Anyhow, he had one of the best comeback lines of all time. And he was about to sponsor a Boy Scout troop visiting his military headquarters. And he was being interviewed by this female interviewer. So anyways, here's a female interviewer. So she goes, "So, General Cosgrove, what things are you going to teach these young boys when they visit your base?" And he says, "We're going to teach them climbing, canoeing, archery, and shooting," says the general. And the ABC female interviewer says, "Shooting? That's a bit irresponsible, isn't it?" And the general says, "Cosgrove, I don't see why. We'll be properly supervised, or they'll be properly supervised on the rifle range." Then she says, "Don't you admit that this is a terrible, dangerous activity to be teaching children?" And the general said, I don't see how we will be teaching them proper rifle discipline before they even touch a firearm." And then the bitch says, but you're equipping them to become violent killers. And then the general says, well, ma'am, you're equipped to be a prostitute, but you're not one, are you? And then apparently the radio cast on the Australian ABC went silent for about 46 seconds, and when it returned, the interview was over. Oh, you gotta love it, you gotta love it.
Hey there, cat fans, cat fanciers. It's now from my part of the show. Both a little kitty humor and what I like to call Celebrity Cat Fight Corner, or more likely Fantasy Corner. At a recent award show, these two lovelies showed up sporting a real naughty miniskirt. Was this a miniskirt cat fight? Now these two, if they ever got into a real one, holy moly, you'd need 10 times the amount of goons you'd see on the Jerry Springer show to bust their butts apart. Meow, meow, meow. And speaking of cat fights, here's one off of YouTube, which is an all-time favorite. The video happened about 2/3 of the way through the fight and ended up in the muck at some local, I think it was, what the heck was this? Oh yeah, the horse racing, Kentucky Derby horse race. So anyway, these two got into it, and well, the video's worth 1,000 words and a little wood to say the least. Enjoy!
Estistatura Nick Pinutara Pena Bifonis Per Liquidium Adra Vasnik Notais Moabua Longius Ididic Mayo Obis Vilicon Oh yes Opopamet Oh Spendorus Lucifer Adre Eso Justicre Fonte illumine, setonte antonapis, en motis, vivem os tenervico, immodus etem panamanis, lustimerca demo, ce qui n'est pas que veux-tu, et un mouton, atroce netata videris, c'est un 8 septembre. Mon Dieu. 2000. Et nous. September 29th, 2009. The apex of terror. The apex of the horsemen. Come together. Can you count? Can you count? 6, 6, 6. For it is a human number. A human number. Count. 6.